I don't think we've heard from. So next is going to be Ron Goldman for 6 minutes, and then after that, it'll be Susan McCarthy and Andrew Hoyer and Suzanne Burge. Okay. Is Ron Goldman here?
Yes.
Okay, then why don't I go through a few names one more time just while you're getting set up. Bruria Finkel, Eric Weinstein, Lisa Test, Mark Weisenfield, D.L. Waldron, Michael Pellian, Chris Wallace, Sarah Weber,
Yes.
Emily Gwathmey,
Yes.
Lynette Cosden, Pete Betts, Louis Beal Eisen, Brian Burke, Nancy Kronig, Richard Fennis, and Beatrice Felix. So, okay, wanted to make sure folks weren't downstairs or hadn't got up here, but here's those folks are no longer here. Okay, and now we turn it to Mr. Goldman for 6 minutes.
Mayor, Council, pardon me, Abby Land, West Hollywood's mayor, recently said, quote, "Our biggest challenge is to manage our success so that we can hold on to our values," which not only pertains to West Hollywood, but certainly pertains to Santa Monica. Our overall quality of life is what's iconic about Santa Monica, not its height, not high-rise buildings. Downtown can be either urban or beachfront, but you can't have it both ways. I want to discuss 3 elements which are fundamental to the continued vibrancy of the downtown. And it's those elements which staff should focus on in first developing a quality plan. With regard to density, do you know how much area is currently in the downtown? Do you know how much area the proposed zoning allows in the downtown? Is the goal to increase the existing area 50%? Is it 100%? Is it 150%? The proposed floor area increases the existing 10 million square feet to 20 million square feet, or a 100% increase. The alternate plan that we're suggesting lowers the height 10 feet, and this results in a 40% decrease. Do you realize what's going to happen to traffic, to beachfront character, and to lack of open space if you increase the downtown 100%? I doubt the Luce, its EIR, ever planned for this much growth in building area, in traffic, or in utility infrastructure. In fact, reading briefly from the Luce, 2 elements. What makes the Luce different? I'm quoting, what makes the Luce different? The Luce is different from the policy direction of the 1984 Luce. It is a conservation plan that provides for an overall reduction in building height. And the only place in the Luce where opportunity is mentioned is in Goal B29, which doesn't even deal with height. Goal B29, create an opportunity site at the intersection of Lincoln Boulevard and Broadway. And then it goes on to say it encourages the redevelopment of the site at the southwest corner to include a new grocery store and other uses to serve nearby residents and visitors, and eliminate the surface level parking lot. And that's the only mention of the word opportunity. The second element after density is open space, walkability, landscape. There are 2 overriding goals to maintain our beachfront character and competitive advantage. The first is to maintain human scale. This by reducing allowable heights by 10 feet, reducing FARs where projects may cover multiple sites, or require 35% open space where the FAR envelope is primarily visible from street frontage, which I'll show you in the next slide. Secondly, to enhance the pedestrian experience by widening sidewalks with required front yard setbacks and landscaping, creating mid-block walkways and passageways, and separate buildings above the first and second floors, providing more light and air for both the units as well as pedestrians. Staff's report discusses, quote, a quality pedestrian realm, and, quote, open space opportunities for higher quality architecture. But these priorities have been basically ignored so far. Not high-rise buildings, but pedestrian comfort is primary to our downtown's character and competitive advantage. This is what the planning department needs to focus on. Again, the overall quality of life is what's iconic about Santa Monica. And lastly, talking about design. Open space should not be considered for just 2 or 3 park areas. There is need for open space on every street. There is a lot of flexibility within the FAR envelope to get away from this ubiquitous robotic design that we're looking at and create environments that are a win-win-win situation. Good for the developer, good for the building's residents, and good for the community. We need to concentrate on developing a plan and a creative zoning code that defines a quality environment and not getting sidetracked with these 8 opportunistic sites. I trust all of you realize how critical your decision is, whether Santa Monica remains a beachfront community or a handful of attorneys convince you to turn this into an urban community.
Thanks, Mr. Goldman. Next week.